Bethany Pefu is passionate about gathering people together and over the years has been involved in many spaces that serve a purpose to create community. Over the last 9 years, Bethany has journeyed through church planting and house church ministries in Adelaide, moving to Brisbane to continue the house church journey, and in more recent years, bringing the Sisterhood small group to life. Bethany currently serves in running a house church and small group, loves to get to know new people, and she feels blessed to minister to the people in her community through house church and small groups. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bethany Pefu.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Let's get a little wave so I can feel more comfortable. My name is Bethany, and I'm so happy to be here tonight. I'm thankful to Charmaine for inviting me here to speak and to share my passion for community. I just want to share a little bit about myself, just to warm into the night. So my husband and I, we have a beautiful baby girl. She's 10 months old, and she's just learning how to walk. So she's falling, and she's crying, and she's laughing, and it's just a lot of fun. I love coffee. I wake up every morning and look forward to drinking a big cup of coffee. A few years ago, my family and I were on Family Feud. We actually lost. I think the show's quite rigged because I don't know how we lost, but we lost. I am a self-taught florist. I love to make flowers, and I sell my flowers at a cafe in Macrovat. I am passionate about community, and I just love house church and small groups and all things community. And some of my house church and small group friends are here tonight. I'm so thankful you guys are here. Charmaine has invited me here tonight to share with you about the value of small groups. And just like the video said, we are stronger together, and we're made to be together. Over my teen adult life, I've been on quite a small group journey, and I'm going to share with you a little bit about that journey tonight. Ecclesiastes 4:9-12 says, 2 people are better off than one, so they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. Likewise, 2 people lying close together can help each other. But how can one be warm alone? A person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but 2 can stand back to back and conquer. 3 are even better, for a triple braided cord is not easily broken. Who here has ever been to a small group? Raise your hand. Most of us, or a life group or connect group, lots of different names for it. We're just going to do a bit of an old school Kahoot right now. We're just going to call out some answers. So what comes to mind when I say the word small group? Shout it out. Life. Food. Yes, food. Anyone else? Coffee, yes. I'm at that small group. Cool. How about when I say the words Bible study, what comes to mind? Pardon? Yep. Anyone else? Enrichment. I love that one. Yeah. And lastly, community. What comes to mind when I say the word community? Together, friendship. Socialize. It's my favourite thing to do. When I ask some of my small group friends what small group means to them, these are some of the words that they used. Inclusion, accountability, challenging, spiritual intimacy, friendship, share and do life, getting to know people outside of the usual work and family, navigating through seasons together, sharing in wisdom, and feeling heard. My very first memory of being involved in a small group was in high school. It was actually at Martin van Rensburg's house so many years ago. And it was maybe fortnightly or monthly, we'd meet at his house and we'd read the Bible and discuss it. I didn't really go to church at this time, so this was church for me. And every small group I've been a part of they've all looked so different, but they all serve the same purpose: to create a place where friends can come together and encourage one another by opening the Bible and recognizing together where God is working in and through their lives. Once I went to college, we did some Bible studies in the girls' dorm. Not all the time, very sporadically over my years at college, but it was a really nice thing that we did. After college, I dabbled in and out of small groups. I went to Sydney, went to Adelaide, started teaching, and I felt I didn't have the connection of friends to have a small group. So I very much dabbled for a few years. 2017, I got really sick and we moved back to Brisbane to be closer to my family. And in 2018, Sisterhood began, and it was just the best of the small group years so far in my life. I believe there will be other amazing times to come. We met fortnightly, we'd have toasties, we'd have chats, we used to go to cafes on a Sunday, lots of girls, it was just the best thing ever. And then COVID, so on to Zoom we went with the rest of the world, everyone was Zooming, we were Zooming, we'd share our highs and lows, we'd share a message, have a discussion, it was a really nice time. And then post-COVID, I was very comfortable at home, comfortable on TikTok, scrolling, comfortable not opening my home anymore. My extroverted self craved more, but I was just so comfortable. And so Sisterhood dwindled a little bit. And now during this season of my life, I've learned to be very flexible. With a baby, you have to be very flexible. I try not to commit to too much. So it's been on and off this year, Sisterhood, which is our small group. When it's on, it's very simple, but it's very nice. It's been time together. That's what it's all about, really. My seasons of a small group has taught me that a small group can look so different in all of your seasons, and that's okay. What works one year might not work the next. It's about creating an opportunity to be together and have that connection. And that can look different year to year, and the people that are there can be different year to year as well. I've also learned it's not about the numbers of people at your small group. I've had small group with 20 plus people in my home. I've had small groups with just one person, and both are just as beautiful. It's all about the connection. Fostering that connection is super important. A really great connection activity for small groups is highs and lows. It's a really great way to start a small group gathering, and it's simply sharing your highs and sharing your lows. And small group is a beautiful time to be together, to celebrate through the highs and encourage one another through the lows. We're going to do this activity right now. I'm going to share with you my high and low for the week, and then you'll have a few moments to share with people around you your high and low for the week. It can take a while to think of your high and low. Sometimes, often takes me a while. Mine's written down. But maybe you're only comfortable to share your high for the week, and that's totally okay. So my low this week, everyone in my household was sick. My baby was sick. My husband was sick. My mum was sick. Everyone had a cold. It was just snot and coughing, and everyone was sleeping badly, and it was a bit of a tough week. But the high of my week was that I didn't get sick. I think God just knew I had to be here in full health, so I'm so thankful that I am well. That's my high. And my other high of the week is that I had a really good week with my flowers. I had lots of orders, and I'm really thankful that God shows up in my business as well. So now it's your turn. Take a moment to think of your high and your low, and you can share it with the person next to you. We'll have a few moments, a minute or so, just to share the highs and lows with people around you. Go for it. All right, thanks so much for getting involved. This little activity is a really great way to break the ice or just have a check-in with one another at the start of a small group. It's a great way to get to know new people, and someone new might just want to share their high of the week, and that's totally okay. And the lows can be kept in prayer at the end of small group as well. Over the years, my love for small group has grown significantly. The more I get older, the more I realise I really need it. And I just want everyone to have the opportunity to be connected to a small group. It's one of the best things in the world. It makes me a better person, a better mum, a better friend, a better wife, and a better teacher. The words on the screen are from the video at the start, and I agree with all of them. Reasons I love small group. There's fellowship, learning, connection, prayer, encouragement, support, and acceptance. 1 Thessalonians 5:11 says, "Therefore encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing." A few years ago, I really wanted Sisterhood to just have the doors open and have everyone invited along, everyone to know about it. So I wanted everyone to just experience the goodness. So one night, we did an activity where we talked about all the beautiful things found within our small group and how we wanted to share this with other people. I encouraged all the girls in my small group that night to take time and think about and pray about other ladies that they might know who need a place just like small group. That night, I did this activity myself, and a name came to mind. It was for my old college RA, Shani, who just moved to Brisbane with her family. We weren't close friends, but her name was on my heart, and being new to Brisbane, I knew she needed, looking right at her, I knew she needed a place like Sisterhood, so hers was the name that I wrote down. I gave all the girls a little bookmark of this Bible verse or a similar one, and everyone had the opportunity to write down a name or several names on the back of the bookmark. Then we all prayed over the names, took the bookmarks home, popped them on the fridge so we wouldn't forget about them. And this is a little screenshot of my Instagram story from that night of the different verses that we printed out and we wrote on. A few months after that night, and many invites later, Shani finally came along to her first Sisterhood and just hung out with me after all the invites and all the no, she finally came. But all these years later, she is still a faithful Sisterhood gal, which I'm so happy about. Tonight, I brought in some bookmarks of the 1 Thessalonians verse. They're on your tables. And in a moment, I'm going to allow you just like a minute to get a bookmark, take some moments, and write a name or two on the back of that verse. Maybe there's someone in your community who needs a friend. Maybe there's someone who you've been meaning to text and check in on. Maybe there's someone who needs a simple invite over for tea. Or maybe there's someone who you want to invite to your small group. This Bible verse says, encourage one another and build each other up. So let's make it happen. I want you to think of someone who's on your heart, write their name down, and think of who you want to connect with. So on the tables, I put like 4 or 5 of these on some of the tables and some pens. And if you don't have a chance to grab one, grab out your phone, write a name down, even send the text right now. Just say, hey, let's have coffee, or hey, how's it going? So I just will challenge you right now to grab a piece of paper or your phone and just write a name down, or 5 names, however many names are on your heart, of someone that you want to connect with. I'll just give you like a minute to do that. All right, it's so nice to see people writing names down. It's really nice. I'm just going to say a prayer for all the people that are on your heart and those names you've written down tonight. So let's close our eyes. Dear Lord, thank you for the people in our communities. Thank you for the names you placed in our heart, Lord. They are there for a reason. I pray that the people that we've written down, that we can check in on them, invite them along, that they can see your love through us. Amen. Okay, we're going to look at our verse one more time. 2 people are better off than one, so they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. Likewise, 2 people lying close together can keep each other warm. But how can one be warm alone? A person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but 2 can stand back to back and conquer. 3 are even better, for a triple braided cord is not easily broken. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a teacher and I love a good object lesson. So I'm going to do an object lesson now. It's also good for the visual learners amongst us, which is myself. So essentially for me, small group has strengthened my faith. And small group is about not going through life alone. It's about having others around to encourage us. So I want you to think of these weights here as the things that weigh us down, in life. For me, it's tiredness, broken sleep, health difficulties, finances. These things really weigh me down. So on this little weight, I've got one fishing line. It might be really hard to see. There's one fishing line on here. I want you to think of this fishing line as you and your faith. Let's see what happens when your faith alone, and let's see if you can support the weight, what we go through in life. It's meant to snap. It does. It snaps. It snaps. Okay, this is what happens when we go through life alone. We snap. Our faith snaps. This Bible verse says we should never go through life alone. This weight here, I've actually attached a 3-strand braided fishing line to it. It's the same fishing line, but there's 3 braided together. When I was braiding this, it felt like I was braiding 3 strands of hair. It took so much focus and there was so little in my fingers, but I did it. It took like a very long time. Anyway, so let's see what happens when we have the 3 braided string together. You can bounce the weight around and it's not going to snap. It's able to hold the weight because there's more than one. This is what this Bible verse is about. We're not going through life alone. We go through life together. We face life together. And small group is exactly that, facing life together. Small group is holding the weight of life all together. In Hebrews it says, let us consider how we may spur on one another towards love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as the day is approaching. I really hope that I've shown you some of my heart tonight and some of the things that I love about small groups and house church. All these beautiful things are found in small groups and house church. And I just think there's such a great abundance of value to be found. If you're wanting to start a small group, find a friend, Find 2 friends. Work out what your small group, what you want to look like. I've had small groups where we've met at McDonald's. You know, it can look like anywhere. It can be any place, any time, as long as you're there together. And then from that, do life together. Pray for one another. Read the Bible together. Encourage each other. And let others in on this goodness as well. I'm just going to close in prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for the people that you brought into our lives to encourage us and support us. I pray we think of the verses we looked at tonight, Lord, and I just pray that we can keep connected to one another. That's what you've intended. We love you so much. Amen.